I've had a lot of people asking me to watch this video. Monster Musume is terrifying. This is also a request by a lot of the peoples, so I am here. I am here to give you what you have requested. Monster Musume is terrifying. And I agree it's terrifying. Because every time I even picture myself having sex with a giant anaconda woman, it just, my penis always breaks. I literally cannot, like, broken penis is a trauma of mine.
This is the face of a man who has lost everything. A man who has suffered. A man who could put even Subaru to shame.
True.
This is the main character from Monster Musume, one of the most terrifying anime that I've ever watched in my entire life. The series follows a
dude, solid start to the video. I don't know who you are, Brandon Talks, but I like that. Good start.
a man called Kimihito.
He has a name? What? I just thought he was generic furry penis. That's what I always called him. Hey, it's the GFP out here, baby. GFP, generic furry penis out here to put his member inside the members of his household.
A man
That sounded worse than it is. It's not actually his siblings. It's actually animals.
who needs to take care
It's actually not animals. That makes it sound even worse. It's actually women that sometimes even have consent.
of a bunch of
No, that actually sounded even worse, actually. It's actually, you know what, let's just watch the video, okay? Instead of me putting both of my feet in my mouth simultaneously, we'll just keep watching.
active monster girls as part of a cultural exchange program. Now, first, this may seem like a typical harem
exchange program! This is the anime that made us all want to become Japanese.
ecchi series that only degenerates would enjoy.
That is exactly what it is. You nailed it on the head. That purely, without a doubt, unequivocally, this is what it's all about.
Every episode, a new
He
monster
doesn't even finish the joke! He's so smart. He knew I would finish it for him. Brandon Talks, I have nothing but respect for you.
girl is introduced for this poor soul to take care of, and it is heartbreaking to watch. These girls have no regard for this man's well-being. They eat all his food, make him do all the work, throw him around like a ragdoll, and almost kill him every single episode.
Are you describing anything different about this show than anything about society? You're literally just describing a wife.
Literally, the first that happens in the entire show is that this guy wakes up and almost dies within the first 5 minutes, getting crushed.
Worth it. Absolutely worth it. I salute you, friend. If only I could go out the way you almost did.
Under the weight of the two things he loved the most, barely escaping with his life. Even the artist couldn't decide whether to give him hentai protagonist eyes or normal eyes, so he just gave him something in between and called it a day. But worst of all, this
Agreed.
guy has been placed into a situation that for any straight man would be pure torture. There is a rule for this program that says that if there is any sexual activity, if he even so much as lays a finger on any of these girls, then he goes to jail and they get deported.
Yeah, this is the most terrifying anime of all time. I completely agree. As someone that has copious amounts of sex, totally, without a doubt. Chat, you believe me, right, Chat?
And yet, knowing this, these sexy monster girls proceed to expose themselves, throw themselves at him, tease him to the point where it has gone far beyond sexual harassment. The entire premise of the show is literally designed to give him the biggest pair of blue balls on earth. And it takes all of this man's willpower to not give in to temptation, to stay strong. He may not have a personality, but he has my respect.
Yeah! Now that's how you write a character.
But do you want to know who doesn't have my respect? This idiot! Agent Smith is a lazy, incompetent bum who can't seem to do her job, and this is all her fault. She's supposed to be the coordinator to all this, to make sure that everything is happening the way it's supposed to be happening, to make sure this guy doesn't get hurt. But she doesn't! She just sits on her ass singing Kumbaya while the main character gets strangled to death in the corner. The main
Would.
character didn't even ask for any of this. He didn't sign up for anything. This was her mistake. He wasn't supposed to do any of this. But he does it anyways, being the Chad he is.
Let's freaking
And yet,
go, man.
Smith
I don't even remember your name, even though you just told it to me.
has the audacity to let more of them come, because apparently handling one isn't enough. He needs an entire house full of them.
He said come. Sorry, delayed reaction. I was busy. Let me put my pants back on.
He goes the entire series struggling to pay for food, and at the last episode, he's straight up run out of money. They need to go around and beg for scraps.
He needs to peg for scraps? Dog, this took a turn. Holy crap.
And when he finally puts something together by himself, he serves it to everyone. And then Smith just invites herself in with even more monster girls. And after this poor schmuck watches all his hard work be eaten right in front of him, Smith just casually mentions that he could have listed it as an expense and they would have reimbursed it to him later. And Why didn't she mention such an important
Is he drowning himself in this girl's vagina? God, I wish I was him.
detail beforehand? She forgot. The show presents all this like it's a
Dude, this video is a masterpiece. What the frick?
desirable situation that this guy somehow likes being surrounded by sexy monster anime girls. But I know the truth. In reality, this isn't a pleasure fantasy. This is a horror anime in disguise.
Yo, this is how I want my horror animes to go.
Okay, that's enough. Welcome to the anime community, a place where everybody has a waifu and nobody has a laifu, and shows like this one are actually celebrated. Musume is the trashiest anime that I've ever seen in a very long
Oh, that was ice cream on her face.
Musume is
But
the trashiest
you know that I once got blasted on
anime
Twitch,
that
okay? Because I showed this scene from Monster Musume on Twitch. I'm on Twitch right now. I'm gonna get banned again.
ever seen in a very long time, and that's exactly why I like it. This isn't going out and fine dining at a fancy restaurant, no. This is going to your local McDonald's and getting an ice cream cone, because I like ice cream. I fully understand that this isn't the highest quality anime with the deepest story and characters, but I still enjoy it because I'm a filthy degenerate who likes anime titties. Speaking of anime titties, let's talk about the one who doesn't have any. Poppy. She had missed potential. For those of you who don't know, Poppy is the second monster girl introduced, and her entire personality is literally just that she's a bird brain.
Yeah, I was gonna say she acts like a 4-year-old child and kind of looks like one too, and it's a little weird sometimes, but bird brain.
Which is a fun idea and concept, except for the fact
Except she's annoying!
that the show does nothing with it.
She is literally the Fifi of the anime.
I felt like out of all the main
Annoying, booblish. Okay, I'm sorry.
cast, aside from the main character, she was the one who had the most one-dimensional personality. And while everyone else had some form of development,
Okay, like, let's be real. It's not like all the others are like these multifaceted, brilliant master classes in character writing, okay?
she's just kind of there. Which is a shame, because I usually love characters who behave like total dumbasses, so logically she should be one of my favorites. Plus, flat is justice. But here, there's literally nothing more to her
Dude, literally a Fifi tier 3 sub right now, right here.
than just being dumb. There are so many ways they could have gone about this to make her more interesting and likable. Like, it would have been way better if she had at least some form of common sense and was able to act like a functional human being. She could still be a bird brain, but it would be more like she just has her moments where she just has a brain fart, which would be a lot funnier in my opinion and make her way more likable. Plus, this would make her feel way more like an actual character rather than a character type. And also, instead of introducing both her and Centauria in the same episode, which is what the show did, give them each their own episode. This way, we get to introduce each of them without it being rushed, and we get time to explore both of them properly. I don't really think I'm being unfair with this,
I love how her nipples make shadows.
since I feel like every other character, except for the main character, got some level of depth to them. Like, even if the show just hinted that there's more behind Poppy than what she seems, then
They didn't really get a lot of depth to them, like, let's be real here.
that would have been enough for me. It doesn't need to be super deep or complex, I'm just saying there's potential for something here. But then again, I suppose that's just my writer's brain over analyzing everything again. Maybe I just don't like the fact that she acts like a child so much because it makes that goddamn popsicle scene 10 times worse. No,
Yes, I know it does! I know! I agree with you! You're right, Brandon!
I'm not gonna talk about all the characters since that would make this way too long for what was supposed to be a dumb April Fool's video, but despite Monster Musume not being super deep or complex, I must congratulate it for knowing exactly what it wants to do and doing it.
You see, I love that. So sometimes you'll have these shows that they're like very Monster Musume-esque. You'll have like a whole bunch of characters. It'll be this weird, wacky harem show extravaganza with boobs everywhere. And then they're gonna lie and make believe that their audience is there for the plot.
Well, you see, I don't actually think that Monster Musume is terrible from a writing standpoint. It's incredibly simplistic, yes, but it does understand its target audience and does enough to keep things interesting for all 12 episodes. And that's more than you can say that some other shows are
Okay, you're really comparing it to High Guardian Spice.
able to do. There are legitimate themes and life lessons in many of these episodes, which was a surprise but a welcome one to be sure. The classic formula of introducing a new monster every episode was fun at the beginning, but I felt like it could have very easily gotten repetitive and stale if it just kept repeating it over and over again. But instead,
Dude, she has such big boobs. I mean, such good character development. I like the character writing, like Brandon is saying.
it managed to keep things fresh, have new stuff happening, and just because there are new characters introduced, it doesn't mean the show forgets about the old ones. If anything, it's thanks to that we get completely new dynamics between the old characters and the new ones, even during the last few episodes, where the cast at this point is
Can we respect that the Spider-Girl is probably the best of the characters in this show? I'm not saying Spidussy is anything I am interested in. However, she's just peak.
huge. Nobody really feels left out, and all the characters are extremely memorable. Even the random background characters that appear for like 2 minutes, I still remember now. That's pretty difficult to do, and it is low-key impressive all things considered. But there is one more thing that it does that I consider to be the most impressive of all. Throughout the first bunch of episodes, despite them being monster girls, it's still a mostly normal ecchi with much of the focus being more on the girl rather than the monster. I didn't really understand anything then. I was innocent. But then episode 6 rolled around, which cranked things up to a whole new level. In this episode, amongst many other wild things, we get Poppy laying an egg, and most importantly of all, Mia shedding her skin as our main character helps her peel it off. Slowly.
Oh god, why is he so into it? Stop!
And I think it was then, when I was watching this, when I truly realized, the moment where I truly understood.
I would not show my face in this video, Brandon. Like, there's still plausible deniability. It's not too late.
That anime was a mistake. A glorious mistake.
Yeah!
The greatest mistake that humanity has ever come up with. This is what restored my faith in people.
That's freaking
Monster Musume may not be a masterpiece.
That was such a good clip, what?
But it is art.
Yes!
You know what? No, I don't think you truly understand. I need to get an expert on the line. Someone who's way more cultured than I am.
Uh-oh.
Hey Brandon, you need me to talk about Monster Musume?
Yes, Wait, how did you know that? You know what, never mind. I need you to convince these people that Monster Musume is art. Can you do that?
Can I do that? Are you seriously asking me if I can do that? Not only does it have its plot, but Monster Musume is also a series about acceptance. And
Acceptance, an allegory for racism! Up yours, Zootopia!
accepting people for who they really are.
Exactly.
When I originally watched Monmusu, I was pretty against the idea of monster girls. But slowly...
You were against the idea of monster girls. What part of having a 400-pound snake woman wrapping around you and crushing your bones could you possibly not like?
Over the course of that series, my opinions began to change. First, there was Mia, who I originally disliked.
How dare you? She is the only serpent in the history of kind that still has thighs.
The fact that she had a tail really put me off. But then I saw how caring of a person Mia really was. She could be a bit overbearing at times, but she has a serious dedication and truly cares about Kimihito. Soraya then...
Dude even knew Kimihito's name. Okay, you see, here I get the shadow. Like, you're gonna still say it's a damp spot, chat? You guys are seething and coping, damp spot, my ass. You're just milking... You're just thirsty. Dude, no. Dude, there is no coping anymore. This is 1000%, without a shadow of a doubt. This is no damp spot, bro.
And came, and again, I was really put off by her. I couldn't stand her bottom half. But after getting to see...
Couldn't stand her bottom half. Oh my god. How could you even say that? You're supposed to look at them for who they are, not their physical appearance, and also ain't no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shot. You know, the famous song. That's how the song, everyone knows that song. Right, Chad? I'm not the only one that knows that song by heart, right? Everyone knows that song, right?
Yeah, how klutzy and cute she really was. She started to grow on me. This process...
Dude, she's just darkness. And Poppy, the bird brain is just Aqua. And Mia's just Megumin. Oh my god, this is just Konosuba.
Repeated for every girl. It got to the point where I actually started liking their non-human characteristics and the quirks that they get from them. Mia...
What type of non-human characteristics were you liking there, sir?
...has the tail that is sensitive and she gets embarrassed about.
Yeah, that's not embarrassment, homie. I think you, okay.
Nara has those beautiful eyes and gets drunk off caffeine, which, fun fact, real spiders actually do. Marrow loving the little mermaid tail because she's a mermaid, and so on.
That's
Even the girls who
awesome.
don't get much screen time are still super intricate. Zombina is a super playful girl, so she uses her limbs to prank others. Doppel...
She uses her limbs to prank others. Oh my god. Oh, dude.
Being so used to others wanting her to turn into someone else, being a shapeshifter and all, she is super surprised and just speechless when being asked to be herself. The attention to detail in all the characters is insane. It was so good, I even decided to read the manga, and I never do that.
Okay, dude, you have a problem.
And even there, the trend continues with all new characters, and even with the ones we already know. They even do a MILF arc! I mean,
Whoa.
They meet the girls' parents and learn where they used to live and their life before
That
the
is so
program.
wholesome. What the hell? I didn't know this was so wholesome.
Girls aren't monsters. They're people, just like us. And then there's the Lamia orgy arc where we learned there are no male Lamias, so they kidnap men to have huge orgies with them.
Wait, what?
What?
And the farm arc where all animals are monster girls, but they still need to be milked.
Okay, that's enough, thank you. The ending of the season was truly magnificent. Not only did it randomly double its animation budget, but the themes, comedy, the plot were all top tier. They went all out for the finale, and these last few episodes are the perfect summary as to what Monster Musume is all about as a whole. My only real problem with it was that it finished. When I
Just like I did after watching every episode.
finished the last episode, all I could think was, that's it? But surely there has to be more to this divine magnificence. Why is there no season 2? Maybe I will read the manga after all. So if you're looking for something new that will ascend your penis to another dimension, or just want something fun to watch with the whole family, Monster Musume has it all.
He showed it to his dad? Oh god, no way, what?
To another dimension, or just want something fun to watch with the whole family, Monster Musume has it all. Go ahead and give it a watch. I'm sure you won't regret it. And whether you like it, or in denial that you liked it, there is something that I'm sure we can all agree upon, and that is... that has a banger opening.
I know this. Oh my god, I really like the video. Sir, Brandon Talks. This video is really, really good. Yo, I like this guy's content. I never heard of Brandon Talks, but I actually like his stuff. I like your video, man. Come back. Why are you making videos every 6 months? This could become your career, man. Like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Stay weird, fam.